How long would it have taken to get the American fighters off the ground that morning? In order to find out, Unsolved History went to the Commemorative Air Force in San Marcos, Texas, to run a test with an actual World War II vintage P-40 fighter. First, we will time how long it will take to refuel a P-40. For the test, we will be using a P-40 Model N Flying Tiger, very similar to the earlier P-40s based on Hawaii in late 1941.
P-40 was fueled from the left side. On the N model, the fuselage tank was fueled here. On the earlier models, like at Pearl Harbor, there was an opening in the plexiglass with a pipe that went down to the tank. Also had two overwing tanks, one here and one forward, for a total capacity of 153 gallons.
In 1941, fighter planes were refueled either by hand from drums or pumped from fuel trucks.
On our refueling experiment, we put in 57 gallons in approximately 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes. But that was a lot faster than a refueling truck would have done in 1941. So if we allow that the planes were half full of gas and we refueled them all the way, we're looking at least 10 minutes to refuel the aircraft and an additional 5 to 7 minutes to rearm it.
Most of the fighters on Oahu that morning were not armed. The guns from many of the planes had been removed for cleaning and maintenance that weekend. Before the planes could take off, their guns would have to be mounted and loaded.
P-40's wing-mounted guns were armed and loaded through these trays and mounted in the wings. They held 50 caliber rounds, such as these, in belts. And the nacelles also had the 30 caliber ammunition was loaded in canisters and loaded up for a total of about 1,200 rounds for the aircraft. P-40's wing-mounted guns were mounted in a bay on the bottom of the wing, like this. We have a replica 50 caliber machine gun. And demonstrate how it's loaded. Just put in through an opening, mounted up like this, and bolted into place.
After they got off the ground, the planes would need to climb to 10,000 feet to intercept the high-level bombers. Another 11 minutes, for a total of 26 to 28 minutes. And there were other factors to consider. The morning of December 7th, no ground crews or flight crews were on duty at any of the Army's airfields.
Not every aircraft had a fuel truck assigned to it. They had to go from plane to plane. How many fuel trucks were available? Were the crews available for the fuel trucks? So you start to add all of these things together, and you would see that the fighter squadrons up at Wheeler Field would have had a difficult time getting a number of aircraft ready to get into the air on a weekend.